Hi everyone, welcome back to the Rebel Realm podcast after a full year of silence because we got busy. I'm back here with my co-host, Astel.
Hello.
And we're joined by our friends, Kira and Jordan of Jordub's Twitch. Say hi!
Oh, it's our first time having guests.
Yeah,
it's really exciting.
Yeah, we still don't know what we're doing, but we're figuring it out. Jordan is way better at sound stuff, so he helped us a little bit.
Yep.
I guess, yeah. So today we are filming our
return episode of the podcast.
Yes.
Return to the
because
podcast.
we hit our first goal on Patreon, our first big goal.
Yeah.
And that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, thank you guys on our Patreon.
Yeah,
for
we're getting
here.
a pretty good little group of people together.
Community.
Yeah, and we all talk in the Discord. We're all homies.
Yeah.
So we're
Speaking of,
oh,
you guys are in our
We
Patreon.
sure are.
I am. I pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
They're-
welcome.
If you want,
You're
if
fucking welcome.
they're actually paying to be here.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But if you want to be a part of the Patreon, I highly suggest doing it. It's a lot of fun. You get to talk with a whole bunch of really cool people. And if you sign up for a different level, you could get a version of the magazine.
Yeah,
It could
so
either
something new that we just started doing is we bumped down the digital sub to the magazine to $5 a month, and you get into the Discord, and you get early access to the podcast. So
and
that's
early
pretty
access
cool.
to all our other content too. We have like the Patreon feed where we post like our photo shoots. We
Yeah.
do highlights of people that have submitted to the magazine, and like page previews, early access to the cover. All that stuff is in there.
Yeah, and also you can help us come up with themes, and you can give us feedback. And that is the feed is mainly run by Astel, as well as our social media, because she's our social media girl.
That's me.
And yeah, I think that's mainly it for kind of catching everybody up from where we last left off, which was Fan Expo Boston, which we're very excited to be probably returning back to.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Sebastian Stan was just announced as a guest, and I'm still freaking out. I'm still freaking out.
Yeah,
Are you still freaking out?
I'm gonna cry.
she's still freaking out.
Yeah.
I've been crying over Bucky Barnes since 2011, so now I get to cry in real life to him.
Yeah.
So
That's what we need though.
Cry in his face.
It'll be like your experience last year with
Yeah.
Jess met one of her you could say idols last year, if you guys remember and might have been around at that time. She met Freddie Prinze Jr. and cried. He was very nice.
He took a picture with me.
And he even
really
tweeted
great.
it. It was a fun time.
Yeah. I was just really emotional about Star Wars Rebels, and I still am. It's never gonna
It's
go
funny
away.
you say that, because I'm wearing my new Sabine jacket from her universe, which
Yeah.
we love her
I'm
universe.
admiring it right now. I want to get everything that they just came out with.
Yeah, Star Wars is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Star Wars?
Oh
I
yeah,
do.
of course.
We were pretty excited over the announcements at Star Wars Celebration, even though we weren't there, sadly, but we were keeping up with it. And if you guys want to check out the website,
I wrote a few articles on the stuff they were live streaming the panels this year, so I wrote some articles.
Was it in Florida or in
it was in
Texas?
Chicago this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then next year it's in California,
In
I
Anaheim.
believe. Yeah. Which makes sense because of isn't Galaxy's Edge also in
In
California?
Yeah. It's going to be in Florida too, but
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Also, to go back a little bit, speaking of Bucky Barnes and Marvel,
Endgame.
yeah, I was going to say Infinity War. Infinity
Her
War's the
mind
last
is so blown. She
Yeah,
can't.
Endgame just came out, and so far I'm the only one here who has seen it.
She knows too much.
I do.
She's like a cast member when they go on the like late night talk shows and everybody tries to get something out of her, except I don't want to know, so I'm just not asking.
So we have to prevent her from saying anything.
Exactly.
I think
Instead of trying to get her
the
to
beans
talk.
almost got spilled flat out on the table today.
Yeah.
I think the best thing I can say that tells you guys about it without being a spoiler is that I could spoil it and none of you would believe me if I said it. It would sound fake.
What does that mean?
I know that it's like
I'm shook.
Exactly.
well, my mom texted me and she's like, I'm not gonna go see it. Tell me what happened. And I was like,
You won't
this is
believe
gonna
me.
not sound real, but here you go.
I think it's pretty crazy. They have an entire campaign for no spoilers right now. That's
I love
how
that.
serious this is.
It's just like Star Wars. When the newest episode of Star Wars came out, they had like a worldwide like agreement, no
Were
spoilers.
there as bad of spoilers for that?
No, I barely saw any
I didn't
spoilers.
see any Star Wars
For what?
spoilers.
Yeah.
For
Last
I
Jedi.
didn't.
The Last Jedi, or it was
I got
one
0
before it.
spoilers even like years after.
I was spoiled for Han in The Force Awakens, but I wasn't actually a Star Wars fan at the time that I saw that movie. That was my first film that I saw, and so I didn't have any emotional connection to him, and so
Yeah.
everybody was like crying in the theater, and I was just like, some guy just got stabbed by his evil son.
It's so weird to me because I grew up with Star Wars since I was the earliest I can remember.
Yeah.
And it's so weird to think that there's people that haven't
Wait,
seen
you,
Star
you
Wars.
hadn't seen Star Wars?
Yes,
Did you
Wait,
just-
you hadn't
did you
seen
just
it?
get
I
that?
just pieced it together.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Kylo Ren was what drew me to Star Wars because I was so in love with him.
Oh
He's
my
a
God.
thotty. I will.
Nothing about it before was just like dudes with laser beam swords.
No,
It was
I had
just
no
like-
interest at all.
No.
But then you saw this emo,
Yeah.
ass boy.
troubled boy with a red lightsaber.
Jordan,
and
you
were just
can't
like,
drag me on
and
my
you were
own
ju- and you were
podcast.
just like, damn.
Jordan,
Damn.
you can't roast me like this, Jordan. I have a very specific type. Loki, Kylo Ren, Bucky Barnes. They all have the same length hair, slightly evil,
Pretty
a little
emo.
pretty
The same
emo.
kind of face shape.
the
too, in
same
a-
face
in a,
shape, also.
Like way.
I don't know.
I need to know what
Kylo
happened.
Ren
Like,
looks
does
like
Loki
Keanu
come back?
Reeves.
I don't know. Don't say anything. Hold
I
your
was gonna
dang
say,
tongue.
like, the more you're talking about these Marvel characters, the more I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta hold my tongue and
Can't
not
say
say
anything.
anything.
Oh, you mean what happens to this?
Can I just talk about the unfair treatment that Loki got in Infinity War? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That was a toss away.
Oh, how like he was just laying there.
He
and
got killed within the first
5
3 minutes.
Yeah.
I was so killed.
It's
Still
low key.
killed.
It's low key.
So when I saw Infinity War, I actually was not sad because I knew that they're not gonna kill all of those people. There's just no way none of them are coming back.
Star-Lord definitely not coming back.
Oh.
I'm just gonna be quiet.
Thank you, Jess. I'm gonna make an assumption that there is gonna be some kind of way that Doctor Strange will have reverse time.
Listen, I don't know.
I don't know either. I haven't seen it. I'm just making
I'm just
a
drinking.
speculation.
I'm drinking
want
my tea.
all of you guys to tell me your theory. What do you think's gonna happen to him?
I think that the people that got snapped got sent to the quantum realm or one of the realms.
Equivalent.
And I think that Ant-Man, I just watched Ant-Man and the Wasp because Jess said it was very important.
Still haven't watched that yet.
And
We need
it
to
was
do that.
good. It was good. I think that Ant-Man's
Shrinking ability.
mom
climbing into
or something,
Thanos.
Janet, is she the mom? You haven't seen it.
I haven't seen that.
I think that because Ant-Man went into the quantum realm to retrieve someone.
Yes.
And so I think Ant-Man is going to play a key role in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also think that Captain America and Iron Man are both going to die horribly tragic, very sad deaths because both of their contracts are up.
Oof.
Okay. So, Kira, what's your theory?
Okay, so I had a theory that it was going to be something to do with Doctor Strange before he got snapped. He was going to somehow just use the Eye of Agamotto and reverse time to before everything got snapped, and they're going to figure out a way to get to that one of 3 outcomes that he saw of, what was it, 1,000 something outcomes. So...
I think it
and-
was like 14 million.
Yeah,
or
whatever
something.
whatever
Yeah.
number it was. And then
Whatever half of the planet's population was.
I feel like Spider-Man, Captain America, and Iron Man are gonna be the 3 like big deaths that are
But
that are gonna
Spider-Man
affect.
has a
new
sequel
movie
coming.
out.
Oh, that's right, he does. Oh.
And I think he's in the next phase of Marvel,
Is he?
personally.
I thought they were done like
No, he's not.
Oh, really?
Because in the
you go.
newest
Thank
movie
you.
that he was in,
Thank you.
Tony Stark is still in it too as Captain America.
Yeah.
Wow.
Iron Man.
Wow.
Wow.
Spoilers.
He's actually Captain America.
Whoa.
Tony Stark.
Holy
Captain
shit.
America.
Jordan, what is
Wow.
your theory?
Yeah.
Is
Spill
this
the beans.
PG-13?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, well, I can't say my theory.
Does it involve Ant-Man and Thanos?
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
Listen, we accept memes. I don't think that's.
You know that
I
Thanos
think
Ant-Man meme?
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Okay.
That
Okay?
one. Google it.
So I'm gonna say
At your own risk.
Okay.
you all
Whoa,
had
Jess,
something.
Jess.
Just
You all had something except for Ant-Man and Thanos. That wasn't
Aw, man.
it. But you guys both had something
that
that was
ever a
like,
thought?
ooh, that's close.
Okay.
I'm not
Really?
gonna tell you what.
Wait, you just spoiled it.
I feel like it was me.
Oh, I said you both did.
We both had something that was close.
Yeah.
I think both of those combined.
I think
Somehow.
everything Kira and I just said happens.
I think they just don't
Probably.
do anything. The movie just ends and Thanos wins.
Favorite Marvel character down the line, please.
Me?
From the movies or Marvel?
Let's say MCU. Yeah.
Okay.
Quicksilver.
What? That is the wrong choice.
I'm sorry. I would respect a lot of things, but I can't.
Unless
say...
we're talking about like the Fox X-Men films,
Yes.
he's good there.
Yes.
But that's not MCU.
Wow, we just. I mean, if that's your answer, that's valid. I mean, I respect that. I guess.
I don't.
The Quicksilver in the
In the Fox.
So
So the X-Men, like the actual X-Men movie.
Quicksilver was in Age of Ultron. You like him?
No, not that one. But like the if
Evan Peters.
no like actual like not in the movies.
We're doing
oh,
MCU.
We're doing
Movies.
the
Is it?
movies.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, cinematic. That's what it stands for.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
not
thought it was
comics.
comics.
Oh.
I see
Okay.
how you thought that.
Yeah.
I see what you.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Okay.
No, it's the film.
The movies.
Then not Quicksilver.
And then not any of the X-Men because that's all Sony.
Yeah.
And Fox.
Apparently they're getting that back.
Somehow.
Yeah.
But you guys go first. I have to think about this now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aestel.
Aestel, why don't you
Oh
start?
gosh. Okay. My faves are Loki and Vision. I think Vision is an unpopular
Vision's a-
fave.
Okay, listen.
Baby.
I know her.
She's
She's
baby.
my best friend. It's Vision.
Yeah.
It's.
But it's also Loki.
Do you love Loki?
I love
I've
Loki,
never
yeah.
talked
Oh,
with you
and
about
Thor.
Loki before.
Thor is really the number
Thor
one.
is your type.
Yeah.
Of beefy.
Bearded
Boy.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, we just discussed my type. Mm-hmm. It's definitely a tie between the Bucky as the Winter Soldier. I just think that was such a cool arc in his
Bucky's a
story.
badass.
Bucky is a badass.
Yeah.
I mean, I
He's
still
so
like.
legit Captain America. Like,
I still like. I mean, Bucky Barnes as a character moving forward, but I rewatched The Winter Soldier yesterday, and I was just like, oh my god, this is so good.
Yeah.
The knife scene. And a lot of that movie was filmed on handheld, which had a different feel of Marvel movies that just stuck out, kind of. I also really like Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really great movie.
you like the cucumber?
Yeah.
The cucumber.
That
the
cucumber.
Cumberbatch.
Benedict
Cucumber patch.
Cumberbatch.
I really like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
I
Do you
do.
like
Me
Sherlock?
too.
I do.
So good.
It's really good.
It
I
is
think
very
that he
good.
gets a weird, reaction. I think he's very talented. I think
do
he's
too.
cute. I think he's
Smog?
so talented. Smog?
He is
Yes.
Smog.
Yeah.
He's such a powerful actor and nerd. I mean,
Yeah.
what iconic roles.
I love how in The Hobbit he was Smog and Watson was
Yeah. Bilbo.
Bilbo.
Speaking of crossovers like that, Lee Pace as Thranduil and then Ronan.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
What a combo. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually, one of my first cosplays I ever did was Thranduil from The Hobbit because I was just like,
Oh,
he's
really?
so
That's awesome.
That's
pretty. Yeah. I wore him to Anime Boston in like 2015.
Yeah.
was
That
my
coat
first year
was
going.
horrific.
My first anime Boston was 2009.
So
Wow.
I'm like super nervous to see Endgame because not for what happens in the spoilers, but just I have been obsessed with Marvel since I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
Like, when I first saw Iron Man, I was just like, wow.
Yeah,
This is crazy.
I was just talking to
Tony.
Like, I took my first boyfriend to see the Avengers 5 times, and he got so sick of it, and I was just like living for everything about it.
Deal with it.
I was like, we are going again. He was like, can we see something else? No.
Then you don't deserve to be here. Bye.
And the Avengers is where I was like, low key. Come on.
Yeah.
You are a.
I was just talking about how I remember seeing the first Iron Man in the movie theaters with my dad and my little brother.
You saw it in the movie theaters?
Yeah.
I just saw it on like a plane or something. I don't like some random place. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, and I remember at the time it was like my dad and my brother were like, "Yeah, we're all about Iron Man," and I was like, "Oh, whatever," because I was
So edgy.
Yeah.
So my dad collects Golden Age comics, like the really old ones, and so I've always been exposed to Marvel. He didn't like DC, and so I've just been always biased towards Marvel. And I tried to like Batman and get into the DC fandom, and I just could not.
Me neither.
At all. I don't know why.
Batman's the only DC character I really care for, and that's only because
cool,
I
yeah.
relate
I
to
think
Harley
the
Quinn
female
so
villains
much.
of DC can be pretty cool. I think like Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, Catwoman. I think those are pretty cool. Batwoman's pretty dope.
Deadshot's
I related to Harley
Slade
Quinn
is
so
badass.
much. That's why I loved Batman so much, because Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I
loved
think
me.
DC has great female characters.
Yeah, they sure do.
And then there's Jared Leto.
Yeah.
I actually, so I didn't see Suicide Squad, and then it was randomly on Sci-Fi, and I was like, what's going on? Like, what is going on? We'll mix
Kira,
that.
what's your favorite character?
So I really liked Doctor Strange. Like, he was one that I wasn't really into, like, comic book wise, but then the movie came out, and I was just like, I love Benedict Cumberbatch too. So I was like, I'm kind of excited for this. And then I started getting into the comics after seeing that movie. I'm like, wow, this is like really cosmic and like insane. And then another one that's like another reason why I like got into him after the movie was Spider-Man.
Of course. I mean,
Tom
come
Holland
on.
so much. He is such a pure little boy.
He's
And
actually not little.
He's not little, but like, you know, he's the best Spider-Man that
I mean,
could've-
Stan Lee even said he's just exactly what he envisioned.
He is the best
Okay.
Spider-Man to date. And I
Real
really
talk,
hope.
though. Did you guys hear about the original actor from Spider-Man?
Toby
wants to
Maguire?
get back and do more Spider-Man movies.
Toby?
I will freak
Maguire.
out.
Those were the ones I grew up on.
Those are what I grew up on as well.
He just needs to not be edgy like he was in the third movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
listen, I
That
feel
was a little
the
bit weird.
disrespect coming from your voice. Doc Ock was the first.
Wasn't it the second movie?
He was the second
Second
movie, but that was the first movie I ever saw in a theater as a child, and I was
Really?
like, "What is going?
don't even
What
remember
is
what
this?"
mine
But I
was.
love it.
My first movie in the theaters was Mulan.
My first was
Holy shit.
Lion King.
Mine might have been Milan, but I think it was at the drive-through theater in Saco.
Ooh, that's fun.
Mine was
go
Lion
there.
King, and it was so.
I
so good.
think,
Or Toy Story.
nostalgia aside, I think Toby is also a great Peter Parker.
He's good, yeah.
Who was
I
the
think
other guy from The Amazing Spider-Man? I thought
Andrew
he was a
Garfield.
good
Andrew
Spider-Man.
Andrew
too.
Garfield.
Yeah.
I thought he was good at it.
I forgot that existed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't really care
Everyone
for those
kind of.
ones.
I thought he was a good Spider-Man.
I think it was because it's owned by
But
Fox.
he just kills.
There are actually quite
MJ.
a few spoilers in this podcast. If you haven't caught up on
If
the
you haven't watched the Spider-Man movies from like 5 or 6 years ago,
Yeah.
what is wrong with you?
Don't worry about it. It's
God, we were
fine.
supposed to be talking about D&D, but we are just
We gotta finish this first. Jordan,
Your
who
favorite
did you
characters.
find out who your
Hawkeye.
favorite character?
What?
Okay.
He's deaf.
You're gonna go
That's
with
in the comics, not in the movies.
Who cares?
Are you so you're gonna go from Quicksilver to Hawkeye?
Yes.
Okay.
He relates more to Hawkeye.
You
in
know
the
what? I
comics.
can
Yeah.
see relating to Hawkeye though if you
He's also
personally
badass, first of all. What was it, in like the Avengers, he doesn't even like look at the people, he's just like shooting arrows.
I'm
That's
gonna-
first aimbot
No
hacks.
spoiler here. He does do some cool stuff. In the movie.
Exactly. Hawkeye's a beast. He also has wicked cool hair,
And is deaf in the comics.
and he's deaf in the comics.
I think a
And so am I.
personal bias for me is seeping through that we don't need to go into.
Should we say our favorite comic characters before we move on?
Sure.
Ooh, comic. Oh, shit.
Do you want to start?
Oh, okay. Venom.
No, it's not.
Ken
is.
vouch. No, it really is.
Venom and Eddie
It
Brock.
really is.
I love them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Also Magic and also Colossus from the X-Men.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh.
Is this just Marvel or is this any comics?
Marvel.
I like Teen Loki.
I like those comics.
I love
That was-
consistency.
That
in
was my
brand.
first line of comics I ever collected.
Oh, I
That's
like
nice.
Storm a lot.
I love
Storm is really cool.
She's good.
And then obviously Deadpool. He's just like the comic like
The
relief.
Deadpool Spider-Man comics
Yeah.
are really fun.
Yeah.
Actually, I really like Spider-Gwen and like Gwenpool.
Yeah.
I really, they're kind of just, fun comics.
Silk.
But
Silk that's what she's called.
she's a badass.
Spider-Gwen is Silk, I think.
She's the
Yeah.
Korean
that's
Spider-Man,
the
right?
one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Silk is a different one.
Oh, okay. Silk
But
is
she's
also badass.
really awesome
Yeah.
too.
Spider-Gwen is like
My favorite's Gambit.
Gambit is
Ooh,
very
yeah.
good.
He's kind of spicy.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
got the cards and he's just like,
Yes.
like Molly.
Oh, I also love the Punisher.
Ooh, yeah.
oh, the Punisher is badass. That
Yeah.
show.
The Punisher show was so good.
Oh my god,
And
wait,
then it
how could I
canceled?
forget about Killmonger? Oh my god!
yeah. Yes.
You were
Oh my
just
God.
making posts
Literally
about
just
this.
About
yesterday.
that.
We're just
Yeah.
on it.
About
like,
hours
that.
ago.
yeah.
See, I always like the villains. Maybe it's a character
I mean,
flaw.
Loki's
Bad
not really a
Boys.
villain.
He was, but now he's not.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
love
no.
character development
We
here.
do. We
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god, I
Should,
can't. I'm,
should we move on from
I'm
Marvel?
full of Loki emotions.
Yes.
Loki.
Loki.
So, I guess we'll move on to relevant topics
Yeah.
of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Woo!
Insert sparkle noises.
Yeah, we
here.
could. We could.
There we go.
So I joined my first campaign with my buds, my
Yeah.
pals,
Yay.
and I almost killed everyone.
Yeah.
today.
We just had our second session.
Friendship.
Yay. Yeah.
I got cursed,
You got charmed.
charmed,
Yeah.
Charmed.
and then I'm very powerful.
Loki saved
and
your
Explain,
asses.
explain
Yeah.
your character.
Okay.
that
We should
can
tell
have
Oh
them
my
what
fun.
gosh,
characters
we can
are.
intro a little like sneaky like breadcrumb of our characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my name is Zion Aldris. Zy for short. Just, call me whatever. He is a dragon warlock. He's an ice dragon. And he is a little bisexual king with some pain in his past because I love angst so much. I
Character
do.
development.
That's what draws you to those characters.
Angst.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, because Alright, I mean, we don't have to get into ships or anything, but I'm just gonna say, Stucky, Steven, Bucky, that has been my...
Need my stucky.
Stucky.
Yeah.
I literally
Here's the
wanted to read a fic the other day, and I was like, Endgame is out, and there would 100% be a major spoiler,
Oh,
because
yes.
if I have a theory that is correct, it would be quite sad. And then during Infinity War,
Oh, please.
when Steve is running towards him and he just crumbles into dust, that one was sad.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I was like, oh, there they go.
Back to your character, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You got the angst.
Yes.
Yeah.
My family owns a theater, and I'm very into the arts. And I don't want to tell you guys too much about
Yeah,
me.
no, that's
just,
your-
that-
that's
just a
your
little bit
little-
of a background
I
and
don't wanna
who
know.
Your little nugget.
my
Yeah.
nugget.
you
Yeah.
nugget.
Oh, also, I guess I'll talk about a little bit what I look like.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
your class. Your
Yeah.
class.
Yeah, the
Race
class.
and
I did.
class.
Oh, you
No,
did?
didn't?
I did.
You said you were a warlock?
Yeah.
You did?
I didn't hear
Wow.
it.
I didn't hear
She's
it
a
either.
warlock.
Thanks for listening to
He's
me,
a warlock.
guys.
Yeah.
Geez, I said I was a warlock. Anyway. So, he's kind of tall. He has red hair, but he's an ice dragon. I designed him to be, like, very red, but he's an ice dragon.
I was about to point that out. I didn't even
Yeah,
remember what you said.
we love irony. And he's wearing kind of a black butler style outfit, and he has a big red tail and wings and big horns, and he is
Big boy.
a big Twinkie boy.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I mean, ours kind of go together, so
Yeah.
like...
Yeah, so Kira and Ace still are sisters in this campaign. Do you guys want to introduce
You're the bigger sister. You can introduce yourself first.
I'm the older sister. My character is named Makino Saki. She is also a warlock. She's a Kyubey race, and she's got 3 tails currently, and she's got long purple hair, and she wears a green dress, and she's very, like, motherly and caring, but also to the level of smothering, and, like, she's a lot. Like, if anything bad ever happened to her little sister, she would destroy the entire world and then herself.
Also, she's a big lesbian.
Yes, she is a big lesbian. Yeah. She loves the girls.
Lesbian energy.
Some of my inspirations from her, or for her, was Camille from Fire Emblem.
Oh
yes.
no.
Mm-hmm. And the I can't remember her name. That macrophage from Cells at Work, which is another, like,
I haven't seen that.
It's funny. You should check it out. It's like an anime where all the cells are personified as anime people. It's like Hetalia of the body.
I've seen the red blood cell and the white blood
Is it the
cell.
one with the little kids?
Yeah,
Yes,
the little
that's
kids are the
the
platelets,
little
and
workers.
yeah.
She's the macrophage is like, I forget what she like teaches all the little platelets, the kids, but she also was like one of the attacking cells. So she takes out this giant, like, machete thing, and she wears like a big white dress and, like, gets blood splatters on her.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kira, do you want to intro your character?
So my character's name is Makino Hazuki, and she's the little sister. She is a bard and enjoys the limelight. She loves performing. That's where she gets her thrills. Blondish hair, pink eyes, pale, in sort of like fancy garb, but enough to be comfortable. It's not really super dressed up. It's fancy in a comfortable way. And
do you have any inspo for her that people might recognize?
Not in a particular way, just one that was naturally drawn to the musical arts and got the thrill of performing from being in the woods at night, sneaking out at night and going into the woods and playing for the mysterious creatures of the Doki Doki
We'll
forest.
also maybe insert photos of our characters as we introduce them. So if you guys are watching this as opposed to just listening to it, then you can have a bit of a better idea of who we look like.
Yeah.
Jordan.
My character's name is Karasu Atsuji. He's a Kai barbarian. Kai is basically like Super Saiyan race.
Yeah.
He's got long black hair and like a ponytail in the back, still bangs and sideburns in the front. And he dresses like really dark clothes, but he's really like basic. He doesn't have really anything flashy.
He's drinking Starbucks running around.
He's drinking a Starbucks in his flask. That's all he's drinking.
Yeah, his never-ending flask.
It's always a Frappuccino with whip.
Every time.
It's every time.
But the character I really base him off of, like visually, is Yato from the anime Noragami. I don't know if any of you.
I do.
Seen
I can heavily see that now.
Yeah. But in the show, he's got like normal emo boy hair, but like back in the time when it flashbacks to like what he was when he was first like a really big god, he had like really like traditional Japanese clothes, like what are they called, like
the kimonos
and like he had the long
is it a yukata that you meant?
Yukata is like the fancy version. Kimono is like daily wear.
Yeah. For like festival.
Whatever, like
yes.
Imagine like what a Soul Reaper would wear.
Yes, from Bleach.
Yeah. And then he has a famous brother or royal brother.
He has so we're both royalty. I'm a prince, essentially. He's the ruler. He's also
So
people know of Jordan's character's brother.
They know of me, but
yeah,
and they know of things that have happened, and there are rumors of things that have happened that I'm trying to solve.
So basically, we're trying to get to this pirate ball, and we each have our own little,
Our own
incentives for it.
And eventually we're going to become best friends and help each other out.
As you
Yeah.
crinkle your windbreaker into the light, you're just like, we're gonna be friends. That's like friendship intensified is just windbreaker noise.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll see where it takes us. We didn't die tonight, so
Luckily, my sister almost died. Very first game, it was fine.
Yeah.
Gelatinous cubes suck ass.
Yeah.
and that's
the tea on that.
And that's where we're gonna cut it for tonight.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
What about your dice?
Yeah, we're gonna. While we were playing, we had some dice sponsored to us for our next issue of the magazine.
Yep,
that's
it's
really exciting.
retail dice, so she has tons of different options on
but she
her
also
site.
makes custom dice too.
She does,
which
resin.
is really exciting.
Resin and like very natural,
Like
with
things
moss
cast in
and
them.
feathers
Ooh,
and
I want a cool resin dice.
yeah,
Yeah.
she has really cool dice. So we will leave all of her links below. Her shop is called Cozy Gamer, and more info will be in the D&D issue.
Now, how
Yeah.
well did you roll with this dice, Em?
I rolled well with her dice.
Did you?
Yeah.
She had.
Did
we
you?
did
I had 4 sets tonight, and,
And those
I
ones
actually
did good.
did well with these.
And mine from them did good too.
The reason why I got the set of dice that I did was because they reminded me of Molly, because he is a blood hunter, and if you guys don't know, he's my favorite character.
Again with the angst.
Listen, let me live. If I want to live in pain, I will.
I'll let you do that.
You like the wholesome good. We're yin and yang.
Yes.
You're
we complete each
wholesome and good. I'm emo
other. Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
and love angst
yeah,
Yep.
and death.
accurate.
K-pop.
And
So
K-pop.
there's a
K-pop
happy
is
part.
not angst.
But that's the happy part.
BTS is wholesome.
That's the
Yes.
light in your dark.
yeah.
My set of dice is this really adorable pastel rainbow with sparkles in it.
Perfect for Jester.
Yep.
By the way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the segue into today.
Yeah, the other big thing we did today.
Yeah, we did a honker of a shoot today.
It was
guys.
basically 3 shoots in one.
It was.
It was huge.
And for the first time in my life, I wore 6-inch heels, baby.
From the first time
They're
in both
like
of our
5 and a
lives,
half, but I mean,
We'll round up.
Yeah.
yeah.
For the first time in both of our lives, we cosplayed together and got pictures together in cosplay.
Yep.
Which is amazing.
Again,
ship it.
we did angst.
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
we
We
did.
did more angst.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is more spoilers.
Yeah. But basically, Em came to my house at like 9 in the morning or something like that. I woke up with the message from her being like, "Hey, do you want to just do that shoot today?" And I was like, "Oh,
Listen,
okay."
listen. So where we live, it's been
Rainy.
moody, gloomy, rainy for like a week, and we both needed to shoot water-activated body paint.
Yes.
And it wouldn't have worked if it was rainy or drizzly at all. And so when I get coffee every morning because I'm addicted to caffeine, and I was, I was gonna come over for D&D later, and I was just feeling it. I was feeling good, and I just was like, okay, Jess, I'm coming over now.
Yeah, and we're doing that.
Yeah. So we did that, and because it was nice out, there were a bunch of your neighbors outside that were like, why are there the purple and the blue running around in heels?
The best part though
rolling around on the grass?
was the little kid who came running up to us and was like, "You're Halloween monsters." And we were like, "Yeah, we are."
And
It was really
he
cute.
just stared and was like, great,
Yeah.
great,
Let's not.
so great.
Yeah. But we were shooting Jester and Molly Mock today for another big project we have for this next issue of the magazine, which is working with the brand We Love Colors.
Which I'm sure you guys know about them.
Yeah.
If you are interested in Critical Role or D&D or just cosplay in general, I would say, but mainly
Yeah.
those are series with characters with crazy colored skin, like purple and blue and
Or
like,
I've seen a lot of people in the Star Wars fandom use them for like Twi'leks and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, which is what I also use my blue stuff for.
Do people who would cosplay Homestuck also use that?
I think We Love Colors came
We don't talk about
after
They
the
did.
Homestuck.
They did.
Yeah.
I'm sure Homestuck people now probably
Now
would
they
love
do.
them though.
Yeah, right. And do you want to say a little bit about like who We Love Colors are and their brand?
Yeah, so they're a family-owned business and they hand dye all of their stuff. They basically make like a lot of tights, gloves, bodysuits, all that other kind of like skin-tight clothing type of things like that.
Yeah, you can think of it as almost dance performance and theater.
Yeah, well, they do have
attire.
dance wear too.
Yeah.
Because I think that was where they got a lot of like their beginning was from like dance wear.
Yeah, I
things,
was I was surprised to see that they were a family run company because I thought it was like this kind of huge production because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just
especially
everywhere.
in the cosplay community.
Yeah.
I think after Critical Role really blew up, it was a lot of like everyone was coming to them for things, and they ended up starting a whole separate social media channel just for cosplayers using their stuff.
And what was cool is they just wrote this really helpful article matching Mayron body paint, the Paradise paint, which is the water activated, very easy application and removal. And they matched their color wheel of products to the Mayron Paradise paint.
Yeah.
And we were also in there. If you guys spot our photo, it's one of us at Fan Expo Boston. A photo I took of Astel.
Yeah, and my Twi'lek cosplay last year.
Yeah.
So for this shoot today, we had their seamless arm gloves, which they just came out with. They just launched them.
Yeah.
And those are especially for
I believe
perfect
size
for-
B.
Yes.
And my color is lilac.
Yes, and mine is sky blue.
Perfect shades, by the way, for Molly and Jester, if you guys are curious.
Yeah, but those are perfect for like so you don't have to paint your whole hands, your arms, all that stuff. You just
and
slide on the gloves.
what was cool for me with Molly, in Talison's words of "I want to make cosplayers cry blood" or something along those lines.
Yeah.
It's true, and it was easy and fun for me to paint some of my interpretation of Molly's tattoos on the right side of my arm socks.
Yeah.
I could have done it on the left, and I think I actually probably will, but what's cool about these characters is there are, there's official art of them, but there's a lot of kind of headcanon and original designs of
it's all how
these
you
characters.
imagine them looking like.
Yeah. It's very, very cool. Very creative.
Yeah. And besides the arm gloves, we also had some tights, and I wore those under my skirt because I would hate to paint my legs, but I also hate wearing pants under my skirt because I feel like it looks weird. So
and you just made a bunch of adjustments to your Jester cosplay.
Yeah.
And I think with your tattoos as well, like painting over those would just be like
it can be hard to cover the tattoos, and the tights are opaque enough that
you don't
took
see
care
them
of
at
it.
all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to ordering some of that stuff for Not, because I plan on
you're
cosplaying
gonna
Not.
cosplay
So.
Not.
Are you gonna be Caleb?
We're working on a full M9 group, right?
Yeah.
Caleb.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Either Caleb or you want to paint yourself pink for Caduceus.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Yeah. He's gray. With pink hair, but yeah.
Oh
He
yeah,
is
that's
great.
right.
He's
Yeah.
great.
Homestuck,
But he's got a pink
baby.
He's got a pink beard too.
Jordan has the cutest Caduceus charm from someone that Astel ran into at Anime Boston. If you guys checked out our Anime Boston article, I got a pretty sweet mouse pad there. If you guys are curious.
Firm.
And Astel got a cute little charm, and Kira and Jordan also got some merch as well, it seems.
The artist is Puka Parade on Twitter.
Yeah.
And
Love
Instagram.
their stuff. Love their stuff.
So cute.
They're amazing.
But there's so many great artists and
Yeah.
critters and with critters.
Yes.
They also, when you went there and you asked, you got a little badge flag that said, "Yes, I am."
Yes,
Very
I'm very
yes, I'm
sweet.
very sweet.
With Kiri on it.
Yeah. Oh,
It's so
Just for
cute.
free, it's included. Like if you asked, they would give it to you.
oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yep.
That's so
That's so
cute.
wholesome.
It is very
They were
awesome.
amazing.
And
It
I had a
was
little picture of
Kiri on it. Yeah.
I hung it up over by my filming station over there, all my badges.
Yeah, it's on the side
Yeah.
because it was too small for your bottom.
Yeah.
See how we like Critical Role.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So yes, we like Critical Role. Clearly.
Clearly.
Critical Role was actually how I got into D&D because Astol has been trying for 2 years to get me to play D&D.
And to get you to watch Critical Role.
Yeah.
I, for so long, was like, you're gonna love this. It's perfect. And you were like,
It's your
yeah,
type.
okay.
It's an investment.
It was overwhelming.
It was,
okay.
yeah.
It is.
I just can't believe you didn't predict that I would love Molly as much. You thought I would love Yasha, which I do. I love Yasha, but
I thought Bo, too.
that's not characteristic of me. That's not.
Yeah.
Molly is full of angst. He's purple, my favorite color. And
It's your brand.
And
Yeah.
what?
he's a little bit dunzo. Down for the count.
angst.
Oh,
The
I
angst.
thought you were talking about him being a little gay.
Oh.
That too.
I mean,
You're talking about death, and I'm just like, he's a spicy boy.
Spicy
he
boy.
did. He is pretty spicy.
Well, when you walked in with the platter after the what is it, courtesans? What's that word?
Courtesans?
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 Yes.
Courtesans?
That's a shot. A cortisone shot
Yeah.
is like your knee.
You.
With the cortisone?
Yeah.
He walked in with all the shots. We're taking them.
That was
Why
when
is
I.
it sliding at you?
Because it's bending.
I'm sitting on.
She's sitting on my table right now to record this.
I'm sitting in front of Jordan, Kira, and Astel, and I'm like crouched over the microphone.
What's some other fun stuff we have for this next issue of the magazine without spoiling what's going to be in it?
Alright, so guys, this is the spoiler for Endgame, okay?
No.
No?
There's no endgame spoilers in Cosplay World magazine yet.
Let's just say we have some interviews.
Yeah,
In
some
the
things
works.
lined up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That are.
we've got a lot
We think
of...
you guys will like.
Yes, absolutely. We have a lot of Critical Role, of course, but other things we have
Taz?
Yep, the Adventure Zone. We have a good amount of that. And then I think one of my favorite sections we have this month is the section about people's original D&D characters. It's kind of like what we talked about before.
It
but
is, yeah.
It's like people cosplaying their own characters, and then they like wrote the stories of like, here's what my character's all about. And I think that's a really fun because you get to like learn about someone else's game.
Yeah,
too.
it's good inspo if you're making a new character or if you just want to read up on people's OCs. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And I think it's really fun to cosplay your own character too. Like
Yeah.
I want to cosplay my characters.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much everything that we wanted to talk about for this episode.
Yeah.
You can tell them how what Critical Role did for you. Hazel?
Oh, yeah. When we were talking about Critical Role earlier, Critical Role is how helped me meet my fiance.
You can say mine.
Oh, my Gibby, my fiance Gibby.
My Gibby.
Yeah,
Gimme!
because we were talking about iCarly earlier too. Why did you say it like that?
No! God damn it.
Jordan, here's the door.
Alright, guys.
I'm
that's
sorry,
not-
Jordan has to go.
We're gonna cut this
Yeah.
podcast a little early.
Yeah.
My actual name. It's not
Yes, it's not a nickname.
It's
Well,
not well, it is a nickname, but like,
it is what I've grown up with.
yeah.
But yeah, we got close because you started a D&D game inspired by the first campaign of Critical Role.
Who got me into
and-
5th edition.
Yeah, and then I started playing in that campaign, which you were in for a part of.
I was in that campaign too, for a very short time.
I don't think you were in at the same time Jess
Wait,
was,
what
but
season did
set.
Jordan
Yeah, no,
come in this anime?
Jordan was not in that scene when
Nope.
we first
Yeah.
started.
How did you and Jordan meet? Let's spill all the tea.
Tinder?
Really? Oh my
Wow.
god, you guys are like a one Tinder thing. It's
Yep.
just so so rare.
Yeah. So, in that campaign, that first game, I was playing with Gibby, who would later become my fiance.
Spoilers.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Endgame
is it?
spoilers.
God, endgame spoilers.
We were something was happening where it was like I had to roll like a perception check, and if I like, I rolled high enough, and he was like, okay, come into the other room, I gotta tell you a secret. And I went into the other room, and then he kissed me. And
Woo! Nat 20, baby!
that was our first kiss.
Critical.
Nat 20, baby!
More to that.
There's a little
Critical
more
shot.
of, we went back into,
No, before that.
oh, what?
So,
Come here to tell it.
kissed you, and then you started crying and fell to the ground.
That's just how I am.
Right!
Picked you up and you were smiling a lot.
Yeah.
And then we went back in.
And then we went back in, and my friend Shannon, who was playing with us at the time, looked at me and said, why do you have lipstick on your nose?
Well,
Your character dies. And then we moved on.
No, that's not what happened. Her character did not die.
Lots of times, actually, my D&D games become like visual novels for certain players. Like, oh, who's this character? Who's this character? Can I date this character? Can I bang this character?
yeah. That's
Certain
like
people
Aisel and I playing the Arcana.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Oof. That's another game that's...
Jordan,
Yeah.
why? What's wrong?
What's
Y'all
the
need
matter?
to chill with that game.
No.
First
It's
of
so
all,
good.
all I see is this big, buff emo dude with a chain
Muriel.
choker.
So good.
He
And I'm
only
just
has,
like,
like,
why
one-
doesn't he just use his muscles to rip
He
the
has-
freaking chain
It's
off?
a fashion statement.
Yeah.
Is it seriously?
I don't know.
I don't know. We
I
haven't.
not
What's
that
his
None of
backstory?
us have unlocked his story yet because he has
I
only
don't
got
personally
one.
really
I
check
unlocked
on
his
him.
first story. I read it,
I
and I was
haven't
like,
read
"There's
it
not
yet.
any more."
I
Wow,
don't have
dude,
enough-
This caused discourse.
You know what?
Discourse.
I'm gonna cosplay as him,
Muriel,
and
please
I'm gonna,
do.
and I'm gonna just get
Please.
wicked buff too.
Wait,
Please.
who's the spicy one you like, Love?
Azra?
That one,
Yeah.
I
He's
thought you.
Ezra, you love him.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
like-
Julian.
They like Julian.
Wait, you
I like
like
Azra.
Wait. Is Azra the blonde one?
Yes, Julian
Yeah.
is the
What?
this
He's a
one.
pirate, right?
No,
That's
he's a
Julian.
He's a plague doctor.
he's a magician. He
Ezra
reads
is
tarot
this one.
cards. Yeah.
Ew.
Wait, that one looks like basic. What's the other one?
This
He
one.
looks like the main
Julian.
character in the Kingdom Hearts mobile game.
Julian
There's a
is
Kingdom
our
Hearts mobile game?
favorite.
You didn't know there was a Kingdom Hearts mobile game?
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
It's
Right.
called Unchained Key.
That's rude.
Is it? It's this
It
one,
looks
right?
like
That's
this.
that's
This is
the
Muriel.
one that I
Oh.
like.
He's the
But
baby
Yeah, that's
boy.
like more of a pirate to me.
He's like
Oh wait, can I see him?
he's like a
That's the emo guy with the neck chain.
That's the
thing.
one you were bitching
Look
about?
at yes. Look
Yeah.
at it,
Okay.
He's literally got a choker.
So Jess,
but I am very. I haven't done my keys today. I can read
Look at the
it.
kid in the middle.
I was just gonna say that I haven't.
Right in the middle, dead middle. He's got the same hair.
I don't have enough
Oh,
coins.
Astra?
Yeah. Ow.
Ow.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I hate how it takes so long to
What is
refresh
that?
the keys.
Yeah.
Because I want to keep reading it, and I can only have 3 at a time, and I don't want to pay money for it because it's a.
I don't
phone
have
app.
enough coins to do the
Gotcha.
path that I want to with Julian's story. I want to say I want to
Kiss
be
me.
with. Yes, I want to say that, and I
Kiss me.
only have 50 coins. I
You gotta
cannot go
pay
further.
the good money
I-
for that
Oh.
romance.
Jess,
Ugh.
Love, don't you have a workaround for that?
Oh yeah, I used the Google Opinion Rewards app. It basically, like, when you visit places like restaurants and stuff, it'll send you a survey and be like, "What did you think about this place?" And then you tell them your opinion, and then it gives you like 25 cents of Google money,
Oh.
which I think you can only do.
That
on,
is a pro tip.
that is only on Android though. If
Yeah,
you
we don't
guys
have.
are-
Yeah, we
guys
have
are
iPhones,
iPhones.
so we're
yeah.
we're SOL on that one.
We are.
Yeah, but that's like anytime I play mobile games and I want to spend money, I do that so that I'm
That's
not actually
excellent.
spending real money on it.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
Pro tip for all you Android users out there.
Yes.
Well, that was absolute chaos.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Well,
You know what else is gonna be absolute chaos is tonight's episode of Game of Thrones.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Poor Em
Emma's
doesn't
not
know.
caught up.
I'm on
but-
season 3.
Yeah, but
You're getting there. You're
Jordan
almost
and Kira
halfway
are
there.
going to be staying at my house tonight to watch the new episode, and I think we have a couple other people coming over. We usually have like a big like viewing party of everyone comes over and we watch it together and eat like pizza or something.
Actually, the other D&D group people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in multiple D&D groups, and this is the other group, which we're all friends with each other.
We're
But
all
Yeah.
pals.
So it doesn't really matter, but you can only handle so many people in one
Wasn't
game.
it 12 we got to one time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were in that one.
Yeah, we stopped in at that time because
I feel like combat
Certain
would take
someone-
so long.
That's
yeah.
what the session would just be that.
yeah.
I know.
Are you
Wow.
sure?
When Gibby just went to talk, he actually had quite some Captain America vibes right there. Actually, Steve Rogers.
He's my favorite superhero.
You kind of look like Chris Evans in the face.
Well,
Whoa.
Emmy, you can stay as long as you
Oh,
wait, what was it to call you?
Me, I'm me. That's
I'm me.
I am me.
Hey,
Me backwards.
Gibby, you missed us talking earlier about what our favorite Marvel characters are. Do you want to come
Oh
over here
yeah,
and
Gibby,
tell
do you
us
want
yours?
to so we did
You have to come-
I heard.
we
you have
did
to come
we did
closer.
fave MCU character and then comic verse character.
So who's your favorite in the
So
movies?
admit, I was upstairs trying to work on stuff, and then when you guys started talking about D&D, I was like, oh, I came
You
out
gotta
and
go
listened,
down.
and
Yeah.
then I came down the stairs. So my favorite MCU character, it changed a lot. Obviously, growing up, you like certain things. Like I always loved the X-Men, Wolverine. I love-
MCU's the movies.
There's a lot of X-Men.
Oh, for MCU, Captain America, hands down. Like I just really loved from the comics when I learned of him. I always read the big events, and he's not the most superpowered guy. He's Thor outclasses him, Hulk outclasses him, like Scarlet Witch, Vision, all of them outclass him, but yet he still leads. He's still the one that like they look to. Where's the plan? And when the day's being destroyed, broken shield or hurt or not or no shield, he's still working to save everyone. He's still going to be the hero, and I just really like that.
That's very you.
So Gibby.
Yeah. Yep.
And I liked his beard. And
He
his
has
hair
like
as well.
a really strong moral compass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like through Civil War, especially.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Civil
Gibby.
I mean,
Civil
that
War,
too.
fear
Well,
itself, and
Civil War, and even Winter Soldier, the most of like when he has to deal with Bucky, who he loves, and his best friend, and like his connection to the past has come back, and then it's just like, but all this, he's doing bad things, but he's not. But what's the real story of it? And having to just decide to figure it out and go against everything.
Yeah.
And then also, the example of the Civil War being like, this is just wrong, and I have to hurt people I love.
Well,
because
I
it's
thought
wrong.
what was interesting with Cap was when he knew that Bucky had killed Iron Man's parents, and he had
Spoilers.
that.
Wait, he killed Iron Man's parent?
yeah.
You're playing with me.
He does this a lot.
You do this too much. In that fight where Iron Man retaliates.
That was
That
such a...
oh my god, such a good scene. Holy shit, so tense.
Just Tony being like, I don't care, he killed my mom.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just
I
like,
mean,
he knows
that-
it's wrong too.
Yeah,
but...
that raw emotion was so good. And I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's so talented that it comes across well. I mean, Robert Downey Jr., Chris
Even
Evans.
Black Panther at the end where he has Zemo and he stops him from killing himself and be like, no, this is a cycle we need to break.
Yeah.
Like, so if I would actually rate my two favorite superheroes, it's Cap and Black Panther. I wish Black Panther has been used a lot in MCU now. He's now being used more, but in the comics it was like, he was a guy who, again, wasn't super powered, but he'd be like, with all the secret societies, he'd be running shows, he was a king of a nation, like, he'd be on, like, sitting next to Namor and Doom, some of the most biggest powerhouse, and they would be kind of nervous about him at times. Like, what is he doing? And I love Black Panther.
Yeah.
And when he was, like, married to Storm, I really like that, too, X-Men. But those are my two.
From the movies.
Good choice, yeah.
I mean, who doesn't like Thor?
Yeah.
Who can you not
That
like?
was what I was like.
Yeah.
Well, I like Vision, I like Loki, but then Thor.
Of
Yeah.
course you said Loki, yeah.
Yeah.
Thor has this just like one like mark in like all the movies. I think there's the very first one when he's just drinking coffee and he just goes, "I like this," another, and just throws it on the ground.
Yeah.
And then in Doctor Strange, when he's drinking the mead
just
or
keeps
whatever,
refilling.
and he's like, "Oh, I like this."
Yeah.
That was at
Yeah.
the end of Doctor
I
Strange,
feel
right?
like
Yes,
they
yep.
made Thor like actually the Thor that was in those shorts. You know how like in I don't know if you guys ever saw them, but they made these little shorts where he was like a roommate of someone in like Australia.
No.
There's these little shorts on the YouTube, and it's like Daryl or Darren is his roommate, and it's just like really funny, like 5-minute things. I feel like the MCU through like Ragnarok and stuff has like kind of made Thor that Thor.
Yeah.
They're really funny. You should check them out.
So, I mean, we hope you guys enjoyed this little chaotic episode
Yeah.
of
Welcome
the
back.
podcast.
Welcome back to the Rebel Realm podcast.
If you want Jordan and Kira back, let us know. We can
They'll be here
keep,
every week.
We'll be here.
keep them here
Yeah.
We'll be here. We'll
on the couch.
Yep.
Be
It's fine.
sure to check out Jordan's Twitch stream also.
Yeah.
Please.
Ace will be up on there playing some League or something.
Yeah, probably.
At some point, yeah. I played one game with him, or a couple games.
Yeah, and we'll link like everything.
Didn't you like
down
stream for
below.
like 10 hours that day?
11 hours.
11 hours
Jesus
that day.
Christ.
That's
we
a
had a
lot.
couple hours with him.
Yeah,
One.
You and me played for
That
like
is-
an hour before, and then you got off, and then like a couple. I don't know. I must have been 3 or 4 hours later. Then we played again.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you'll see me on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for helping us get to that first Patreon goal again. I mean, thank you so much. And we will see you guys in the next episode of the
Yeah.
podcast. Thanks
Yeah.
for hanging out,
Yeah.
especially to our Patreon fam.
Thank
We
you,
love you.
Patreon.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Woo! Good job. Good
You're welcome,
job.
Chopper.